Oh, mother. Oh, mother.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. I hope this isn't too loud. I'm testing it right now. Testing out a new setup, a new studio thing I made here. Let me know if the voice is too loud or too quiet. Because I'm going to be playing the video through my speakers just because I don't want to listen to it in the headphones and stuff. So, how's everybody doing? Perfect. Dean says it's perfect volume, so I trust. Oop, where'd it go? Good. Come say hi then. Come on, say hi. Come say hi. All of you say hi. They want to come say hi. Hi, Bumpy Dumpies and Gus Gussies. Hi, Gus Gussies. It's because I have some food. It's the only reason they're over here. Hi, Bumpy. How's everybody doing tonight? Dog, say hello. Gus, say hello. Say hello. Saying hello. Okay. Go lay down. Go on your beds. On your beds. All right. Where's everybody from tonight? We got some Queensland Australians here. We got, I want to see. Sam was just here, but Gus chased him out of the room. Because Gus is super jealous of Sam because Sam's my king. But it's okay. He's still a good boy. Okay, guys, you're not having my dinner. Get out of here. All right, cool. Thanks, Jessica. Appreciate it. Josh Rock, keep doing what you do. Much love from Michigan. Michigan. Massachusetts. South Africa. Man. Grimsby. Deanna, you live in my favorite town in Ontario. I would die to live in Grimsby. I love Grimsby. Ontario, yeah, there we go. Macaroni. No, Macaroni passed away well over a year and a half ago. Very, yeah. Ontario, got a lot of Canadians. Starting to have more Canadians here. Adelaide, Fort Worth. Love me some Texas. You guys looking at my new studio? I'm now in an apartment building overlooking my city. You got a wooden spoon here. Got a pineapple. You got, I don't know if you can see that. That's the Blue Jays logo. Got the Chachi here. They got creepy makeup babies. The city that I created. I'm in a building. It's kind of nice. And I can change this backdrop to be anything I want it to be. It's kind of nice. Hey, Carolyn, thank you. From Seattle. Oops, I missed one here. Unusual storm in Arkansas. Yeah, I've heard you guys, a lot of people getting snow in the south. I mean, welcome to our world, but we get lots of snow, so. Ontario, no saying though for safety. Where are the Buffalo Bills? Nobody likes the Buffalo Bills. Nobody likes Kansas City Chiefs either. Everybody likes Eagles. I mean, you're from Kansas, so I guess you have to be a Kansas City Chief fan, I suppose. It's not a green screen. It is a television. It's 3 TVs. I set them up today. I did a video about it. We set up these 3 big TVs, and it's supposed to look like I'm in an apartment, and I suppose I can set up some sconces and some lights to make it look more like that. But I can change it anything. 3 inches in Detroit. I mean, Detroit gets snow, right? Generally. So. Alright, so what we come here for is to make fun of Bonnie Ho Ho. Ho Ho. We'll call her Bonnie Ho Ho. Yeah, Troy got the gift from the pups, so they love it. They run around, they bury it. Creepy makeup baby over there. You're seeing in the buildings. So, wow, there's 2,200 people in this chat right now ready to talk about Bonnie Hoellein. This is a topic that is exploding ever since it all happened. And Bonnie Ho-Ho is like, really? I didn't even watch this video. I was waiting for you. I was going to put it on Monday, but I'm like, nah, I haven't done a live stream in a little while. So let's do this. Okay. So we're going to talk about her video. We're going to snark on her in real time. I don't know. I do know that Chad did release something where he said, I can show it to you quickly here. Here you go. Chad said this. Basically said, how do you feel about Bonnie's videos? And Chad said, felt defensive. He's saying that Bonnie he feels that she was defensive. It was unneeded. Shari didn't appreciate it either. So there's some tea. Her own friggin' nephew is like, F you, Bonnie. Here's the thing. Bonnie didn't have to do this. I mean, it's obviously within her right. But I haven't even seen the video, but part of me already knows the reason she did this is because Shari didn't actually throw her under the bus in the book. Not so far. Not that I've seen. So what I think is Bonnie feels safe for doing a video because she wasn't really called out. So, oh yeah, Bonnie's probably here. Thank you very much, Katie. Guys, you're not getting my dinner. Get wrecked. Get out of here. Oh, I'm definitely going to watch the 3-part documentary when it comes out, for sure. Shari didn't even mention Bonnie. And again, that's why I think Bonnie feels like she can like say something. She's like, oh, she didn't throw me under the bus, so I can say things, I guess. Hey, my Beavers is back. Everybody say hi. You love to see my Beavers unit. So, sorry, I'm getting all way off track here. My brain is kind of crazy right now. So yeah, anyway, Bonnie, I feel like she just feels safe for doing it, right? She's like, I didn't get called out, so let me just put my 2 cents in. Also, she's going to monetize it. I think she's upwards of 100,000 views already on that video. She's deleting all the negative comments, obviously, because she can't bear to not hear, and that's within a creator's right. I delete negative comments all the time. A bunch of people being assholes because I think it makes them mad. So I'll like respond to them and I'll delete them. But it's within her purview. She can do what she wants. But Bonnie cannot handle the fact that she's wrong about this. I think Bonnie feels super guilty. I think that sorry, I'm gonna put the slow mode on a little bit more. A lot of people in this chat, 2466. So I think she feels super guilty. She said in her videos that she did everything she could. The book says otherwise. The book doesn't say anything about Bonnie or any of the other family calling CPS or anything like that. And so what you see is her feeling safe to come out now and monetize a video with Shari's work. And I don't know what she's going to say, but we're going to see it together. So you guys ready? I'm silent? Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, weird. All right, good. So let's bring up the video here. Window. Here we go. Share this and see if this works. I'm going to put it through. I'm going to put it through here. I'm going to play. I'll be like that. I'll probably do this because that's how I usually do these things. I'll sit over here a little bit. And we'll play it through the speakers. And let me know if you guys can hear this okay, all right?
Spoiler alert, we made it to the keys, but I want to interrupt that for a minute.
Can you guys hear that okay? Streaming Just Ass opening a shop of 16. Yeah, Just Ass. Pretty sure she named her daughter Suede. Okay, you weirdo. Okay, good. Great. So let's get into it. We'll snark. We'll see what she has to say. Let's go.
Because my niece Shari just released her new book, and I really wanted to share my thoughts on it. This time...
I'm sure you did. I really wanted to monetize my thoughts on it. We got that. I really want to make a video because I need money. Well, thanks. I appreciate you. So all she's like, if Shari doesn't appreciate it, Chad doesn't appreciate it, again, she can do it. It's within her rights. But maybe she should have reached out to Shari and said, do you mind if I do a video on this? I love your book, blah, blah, blah. It just goes to show she's not in tune. She's not talking. Do you think anybody hands up think Bonnie let her daughter read this book? Because I highly freaking doubt it, because I think if Bonnie's children read this book, they're going to realize that some of the way that that Shari was brought up, that they were brought up the same way. Because I'm pretty sure, my gut tells me this, and all of her content kind of shows us this, she's almost the exact type of parent that Ruby is, because not only has she exploited her children for most of their lives, but we've seen the blanket training, the way that it's her world, her way, the highway, everything revolves around her, everything's about her in her life. She is actually like a carbon copy of the way that Ruby parents, in my opinion. So that's it. But I don't think that she let her daughter read that book.
Last year, we were driving into the Keys as a lot of the horror of the Frankie family was being unraveled nationally, and it was a very hopeless feeling. This time, as we were driving into the Keys, I had my headphones in, I was listening to Shari's book while the rest of my family listened to the Wicked soundtrack. And
see? She's not letting everybody else listen to the book. It's not like the book is graphically detailed. She listened to it while no one else got to listen to it.
And all the other soundtracks that you can think of, and it had a much different feel to it. It felt...
And I was so just relieved off my shoulders when I wasn't mentioned in the book, and my absolute bullshittery wasn't mentioned. I was so happy that she didn't call me out in the book, because if she would have called me out in the book, there's no way I'd be doing this video. Anybody else hear that? That's what I'm hearing.
Felt much more hopeful. I was very unsure how I was going to feel as I was reading her book, and it was a hard read. It was...
You didn't read it. You're like me, you're listening to it.
Terrible reliving. It was terrible learning. It was...
It made me realize that, yes, I had completely screwed over my family, that I said I did everything I could do. Like, totally. It's not. That's what... If she has no self-awareness and reflection after reading this book, which is an insane book, and you all should get it, by the way. She has zero self-reflection that Shari writes out in mass detail, in just great detail, about how bad it is to be a child growing up on social media online. And Bonnie, to this day, I think she just took her daughter out of school to be homeschooled because she doesn't want her in school. And she's doing the exact same thing that Ruby did, and has no reflection on that. Jeez. Insane.
I just felt so bad for her as I was reading the book. But I also was so incredibly
oh, here come the crocodile tears.
Proud of her. The book is phenomenal. It is so well written. I couldn't be more proud of her if I tried.
Why didn't you ask her if it was okay to monetize a video on her? Look, I know a lot of people are, but you specifically, Bonnie, you should have just asked. If you want to have any goodwill towards Shari and Chad, maybe you should reach out to them and start mending fences, building bridges. But no, it speaks volumes that Shari wants nothing to do with the rest of her family, because here's the way I see it. It's all about Bonnie, yes, but here's the way I see it. I think that Shari is so traumatized by who Ruby was and the type of person Ruby was, that Ruby wants nothing to do with Bonnie, because Bonnie is literally Ruby. That's what I think.
For her to say that she has not had a voice, that she has not been able to say how she thinks, how she feels, and to never be heard.
Again, if you don't reflect and ask your daughter after reading this book, this is what Bonnie should do, and she would never, because she's a selfish twat. What she should do is go to her daughter and say, look, read this book, and I want to have a tough conversation. For me, do you feel like I treat you in any way like this? Do you feel like you've grown up online like this? Do you feel like I've done anything? Because there is no way Bonnie would ever want to reflect on the type of parent she is. Because if her daughter was able to be honest, which, let's be real, she wouldn't be. Okay? She would not be honest with her mother about this. So she's like, basically, again, Bonnie is Ruby. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Even in the family, if you got to ask them honestly, they would be like, they're the exact same person.
And then to hear her writing this book, it it was very empowering, and I was so grateful that she now feels that she has a voice and a platform and a place to say how she feels. And I hope everybody reads it and supports her and buys her book. Not only did I feel like she displayed so much hope for her herself, but as I was reading it and thinking how strong of a person I think Shari is as an individual, I know that every single Frankie kid displays those same characteristics of strength. And so for me, it gave me a lot of closure in knowing they are going to be okay.
Yeah, if you didn't know this, Bonnie and Ruby are sisters and literally twinning when it comes to how they parent. Bonnie does a video and Still Proud and has this on her channel where she blanket trains her child and says that she like basically smashes her child, like smacks them, beats them when they get off the blanket. That's what she said. And she proudly admits this. She has videos of where she parents, which she's got a video where she's arguing with her husband and where she'll like recap on arguments that she's had with her husband. This woman is so damn selfish. And when you read Shari's book, when you read the description of Ruby, it's literally Bonnie too. Like, literally.
I know that they will have scars that they will all carry with them for their entire lives, but if they even have a little bit of the resilience that Shari is showing, which I know for a fact that they do, it felt very hopeful knowing that...
You don't know shit, Bonnie. Because Chad put out the comment that said, how do you feel about Bonnie's video? And he's like, we didn't like it. We didn't appreciate it. And neither did Shari. So you don't know anything because you don't talk to them. They don't talk to you. There's no, I honestly believe that Shari won't talk to you because you literally remind her of her mother.
They're going to be okay. And that things are going to be okay for them. So as heavy as it was to read Shari's book, it still had this very uplifting feeling to the book. And I just want to say to Shari and all 6 of the Frankie kids truly how much I love you.
Oh, you're going to stay in the video instead of just calling them like their aunt? See, this is the disgusting part about Bonnie. She's monetizing this whole thing and she's like, I just want to say in this video that they're I love you guy. Well, why don't you do it privately? Because clearly you didn't, because they don't appreciate you doing this video. So just Chad putting that statement out after on Snapchat literally demolishes everything she's saying here because she's just capitalizing. She's just capitalizing on it. It's crazy. And after not helping them, that's what gets me the most. Okay, she didn't do shit. And don't forget, in the book, Shari talks about how she wanted to emancipate herself from her parents, Googled how to do it, but then realized where could she possibly go? She had nowhere to go. Even though Bonnie exists, Ellie and Jared exist, all these family members exist, but they all have YouTube channels, and she knows she could never possibly go there because they would never take her in because they've got a channel to protect. Don't forget that, everybody. She didn't even mention in the book that, hey, maybe I'll stay with one of my relatives. Never.
I support you, and that I just want the absolute world for you.
Shut up. While she sits in a $150,000 RV, after just building a massive multi-million dollar mansion that they just finished building, and they left it? Like this woman, you have got to be kidding me right now. You're sitting, she's sitting in like the RV in the home that exploitation built, saying that, you know, we're all good. We love you guys.
And I can't say that without saying the same thing to Kevin. Kevin has been a part of my life for a very long time. And Shari was not easy on him in the book.
I guess I'm only halfway through, so I don't see it, but so far he's pretty easy on him. I mean, I would have never spoken to that dude ever again. There is no excuse, and I'll say this for the rooftops every single time. A lot of people are letting Kevin get away with what he got away with. This guy had a parental responsibility as a father, as a Mormon, as a Christian, right? In his faith, it's a patriarchal religion. He's supposed to be the head of the household. This guy didn't see his children for a year. Didn't see his kids for a freaking year. And they're like, well, you need Ruby. No, man. No. You move hell and high water. You move mountains. You you go through the valley of the shadow of death to get to your kids. I don't care what your wife is. Okay? You use your parental rights in the legal avenues you have and the spiritual avenues you have through your church, through your bishops, and he didn't do shit. None of it. Kevin can kiss everybody's colon.
And I feel rightfully so. I think that if you were to ask...
Did she just... That's icky, right? Bonnie sitting there be like, I think she was hard on him and I think she should have been. You know she should have been hard on is you guys too. And again, the only reason you're sitting here doing this video in your $150,000 RV is because she didn't call you out. Thank you very much.
Kevin himself, I think he would feel the same way. I think, how could you not regret not standing up a little bit more?
Excuse me? Excuse me? What? Bonnie, I know he's their dad and I get what you're saying, but you're also family. Can we not forget that for a second? You're also family. Did she just say that? Am I clutching pearls here? I can't believe she just said that. I can't believe she just said that.
And I did make a video about that, and I still stand by that, but I want to change my tone to that a little bit.
Shut the hell up, you dumbass.
And to also tell Kevin how much I love him. It would be impossible for him not to have learned from the situation.
Oh my God. How dumb are you, Bon? Like, you have zero, like, self-awareness at all. Like, none. She said Kevin. Yeah, some people say she's talking about... She said Kevin. I don't think she's talking about Chad here. I think she's talking about Kevin.
All of us have. And I think he's going to do really well. And I want the very best for Kevin as well.
Yeah, it's... Maybe she was and she got it mistaken. I don't know. It's happy ridiculous she speak to her family through the YouTubes versus speaking to them in person. Yeah, this is like... So, because this is what's going to happen. She's going to say these things, and then they're going to be like, why are you calling me? So she had to do it online because it's... Does anybody believe that Bonnie's doing this for anybody but Bonnie? Bonnie's doing this because she needs to feel magnanimous. She needs to feel like she did something. She needs to feel like she's not to blame. And she's trying to be out here like being all like... This is, again, the audacity is the only thing you could say here. The audacity of this biatch. Like, unbelievable. Insane.
In Shari's book, she depicts that Ruby was not a good mom long before vlogging.
And you're the same.
And honestly, not because I'm a mad sister of what she's done. I mean, that is just such an understatement. I would also agree that I don't think Ruby has ever been a good mom.
Bonnie, you're literally exactly like Ruby. And again, Bonnie's trying to distance herself from the type of parent that Ruby was before the abuse, before Jody. It ain't gonna fly here because you've got an entire channel, 10 years worth of videos that people could see what type of parent you are. You are literally exactly the same as Ruby. Exactly the type of parent. Someone sent me a picture like the other day where she's forcing her daughter to practice piano at 5:45 in the morning. Okay? Like, you are a taskmaster. You are a blanket trainer. You are selfish. You are self-absorbed. You are everything. You are just all about you all the time. You've got more body surgeries than Jess fam. What the hell, man? Okay? You forced your husband to go get hair implants. Everything about you is all forced and contrived, including your YouTube channel. And you put it on the internet how bad of a parent you were. So all she's doing here is trying to make herself look good and be like above it. And it's oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't think she's ever had it in her to really be selfless. I don't think that's part of Ruby's DNA.
And yet you probably had your kids stay there multiple times. Yeah, you didn't. Why didn't you say this over the years? You just hid it. You knew that she was a terrible mother, but you just didn't say anything. Cool. You did collabs with her and do all these things. There's probably a video on Bonnie's channel about how awesome Ruby is. We don't believe you. You're a damned liar.
Shari was extremely valid in her feelings towards Ruby. I share those same feelings about Ruby. It has been very easy for me to get along with my other 3 siblings. Us 4 are extremely alike. My brother, my 2 sisters, myself. We all have a lot of empathy. We have a lot of sympathy.
No, you don't. You have zero empathy. All of you exploit your children. All of you do on the internet. And everybody at this point, no matter who you are, you know this is wrong. You know exploiting children on the internet is wrong. Bonnie knows it's wrong. Ellie, Jared, all the brothers and sisters, they all know that this is wrong. Shari is telling you with her own words that you have all read, this is wrong. Coming from literally the mouth of the babe. That's a biblical thing. Mouth of the child saying, this is wrong, it's bad. And yet none of you will change anything that you do. None of you will. But you'll praise her for writing the book. You just won't take anything she's saying into heart. Isn't that crazy? She's like, I love the book. So then why aren't you doing what she said? She's telling you straight up it's the worst thing that ever happened to her. And yet you're doing the same thing to your children. Are you kidding me?
Very sensitive towards other people's feelings. And I think Ruby tried being that same way. I think she could really see how the rest of us were. And I don't think she could ever be that way because her makeup was so different. Her brain was wired so different.
No, you're the same, and we can see it. Again, she's just trying to distance herself, but she thinks we're dumb, and we're not.
And I think she tried really hard to mirror the way we were. But Ruby has always been extremely different. I've gotten the question a lot, have you learned nothing from Ruby?
You said the words. Have you learned nothing from Ruby, Bonnie? Considering you do the same shit she does. Have you learned nothing? Oh my gosh. It's like she's there, but she doesn't want to like call her own self out. You're there. You're saying it. You're saying it. Say it. What an idiot. Oh my gosh. This is making me angry.
And the answer is no. I have learned nothing from Ruby because there is not a
Clearly.
single shred of Ruby that I would want to be like.
Okay there, Bonnie. Okay. You're exactly like her. And we have proof because you have 10 years of your life where we can see that you're exactly like her. I think everybody watching your content, maybe not everybody, but the majority of the people would say, you know, at the height of 8 Passengers and the height of Bonnie Hoellein, when you watched both channels, you probably thought, hey, these girls are sisters. They're so much alike. There's probably millions of comments out there saying that exact thing because you are. And again, if your sister was so abusive growing up and you didn't want to be around them and everything else, well, you didn't make it known, and you definitely did collaborations with her. Holy shit, Bonnie.
I will never learn anything from her.
No, that's not what you say here. Here's what I learned from her. Don't exploit my children. Don't put everything above my children. You know, don't be a douchebag to my children. Treat them right. What do you mean you didn't learn that? So what are you saying right now? That's stupid.
Brings me to kind of an elephant in the room. At the end of Shari's book, she does say that she believes there should be no family vlogging. She has publicly voiced that there is no such thing as a moral or ethical family vlogger.
Ding, 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 and she's damn right. Everybody here agrees. Everybody on the internet agrees. Even people who exploit their children would agree to this. Okay? But they don't care because they make money. They don't give a shit.
If I came from the way family vlogging was done in Shari's position and from her perspective, I agree with her 100%.
No, you don't. You don't agree with her 100%. Because I know what you're going to say next. Well, unless the words coming out of her mouth next are, I agree with Shari 100%, so that is why I'm going to stop exploiting my children. That's the only way that sentence makes any sense. You cannot, I hate when people do this, and maybe it's semantics, but you can't say, I agree with that 100%, and then in the next breath, exploit your children. Right? Oh! You imagine being married to this cow? Could you imagine?
There is not one thing about the way 8 Passengers did family vlogging that was moral or ethical.
Yes! Thank you! And you did the exact same fucking thing! Sorry for swearing. What? What? She just admitted that nothing that Ruby did was ethical or moral. And she did it too! She did it first, actually. Ruby just copied her. What are you saying right now? Am I taking crazy pills? She just said that!
So I think Shari is completely valid in her perspective. I'm coming from a complete opposite perspective.
No. You just agreed with Shari. And then just said with your own words, nothing that 8 passengers did was good or moral, or whatever she said. But you, honestly, can you sit there, buddy, and say you don't do the exact same thing? Even if you don't, you can eliminate the abuse thing. Okay, let's say you're not. But you did the exact same thing. So you agree that what you're doing is immoral.
Kids have a voice. Their feelings matter. They have a say in what they want. They are paid not with vacations, not with clothes or other things like that. They are employees. Did
this bitch just call her kids employees? I'm sorry, I'm gonna be mean. Okay, sorry but if I'm yelling, I'm bad. I'm just super angry. I'll turn my mic down here, because you're right. I'm gonna be yelling. Sorry, let me turn it down. Automatically adjust. Is this better if I do it? Can I talk like this? Is this better? Is it better? Sorry, guys. I know I'm getting upset. Let me know if this is better. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say now. What did she say there? Hold on a second.
Not with vacations, not with clothes or other things like that. They are employees.
Did you just get on a video and tell everybody that family vlogging is immoral and then call your damn kids employees? Did you mean to say that, Bonnie? Bonnie, you dumbass. Did you mean to say that? You absolute donut. Did you think this was going to make you look good or so? Are you, Bonnie, you need to get you need a new brain. Get one from Temu, would be better. Are you out of your damn freaking mind? Jeez. Unbelievable. Does anybody else just hear that and it's like, what the F balls? Like, what do you? I can't believe she just said that, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna put that in the video. Is Joel watching this and editing this thing? If you ever call your children employees outside of let's say owning a business and they work there when they're 16, okay, they're your child first no matter what. But she calls them employees, un-effing believable. And they've been employees. I think one of their children were born on the internet. So that child has been an employee since she literally crested her vagina. Okay? So you gotta be kidding me right now that she just said that.
They get W-2s, and they have a retirement that is growing in the stock market as we speak.
Well, good for you. You know what, though? You could have done that for your children without exploiting them, too. So is she justifying saying, look, my kids are going to have money, so I get to exploit their entire childhoods. I get to show abuse online. I get to put everything out about them, and they don't have any privacy for the rest of their lives. But hey, you got a retirement fund. You know what? Lots of wealthy people have retirement funds for their children, and they don't exploit them. So that is never going to be an excuse, okay, to exploit children. You can't just be like, well, I pay them. I don't give a shit if you pay them, okay? I don't care. They shouldn't be on the internet. They cannot give informed consent to being online. They don't know the outcome of what's going to happen. They don't. And even now, the reason I think Shari's pulling her kids out of school is because they're connected to the Reeve Frankie case, which went literally international. And she doesn't want people who are reading the book to get into her daughter's head. Because I promise you this, Bonnie, coming down the road, once your daughter realizes what type of person you've been to her and your kids, She's going to pull a Shari, and she's never going to talk to you ever again. And hopefully she writes a damn book on your ass.
And when they turn 18, my name will not be on their accounts. Concept of us continuing to do...
God, you want a cookie? You're not going to be... Who cares? What if this explodes tomorrow and you get canceled and you get demonetized? Guaranteed she's going to touch that money because it's in her name. So F you. Get effing damn wrecked, you asshole head, douchebag face, dumb idiot. R.I.P. headphone users, I'm sorry.
Family vlogging after Shari has made her stance about not believing in family vloggers is not one that we took lightly. It was not something that...
Yes, you did take it lightly because you didn't listen. Literally destroyed their lives, okay? And you didn't listen. You're destroying your children's lives too because they're part of this whether or not you like it. That's your family. And you've got your family literally out there telling you, I lived this horror that my mother put us through. And Bonnie, hey, just so you're aware, you're doing the exact same thing to your children. None of the children within 8 Passengers family would probably tell you they liked it. And maybe they did at the time, but I doubt they did. But even if they said they did at the time, they probably don't now, right? They could never have known that was coming down the pike. And that's why you cannot get informed consent from children. They don't know what's going to happen. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, F off. You absolute wiener.
That we brushed off of our shoulders. The first time she made that statement, we sat down as a family. Well, first Joel and I sat down together and we really thought, is what we're doing wrong?
You just said it was. You just literally said, not 2 minutes ago in your own video, that it is immoral to do what you're doing. You said it out loud. And so when you sat down with Joel, how did you guys justify exploit? Let me hear it.
Is what we're doing okay? And we really had this conversation between the two of us. And then we took it to our kids and we said, what would you guys think if we stopped showing you? You know, what if we kept filming and we just didn't show you? And it hurt their feelings.
Are you... Shut up! Why don't you ask your kids, to talk to their cousins and then get back to you? Hey, you know, I'd like you to talk to your cousin Shari about her experience. Maybe you can talk to your cousins and then we can all make this informed decisions together. Why don't you let them have a conversation with not the people who've been exploiting them their whole lives, who literally they need to make happy, because if you're anything like Ruby, they don't want to upset you, right? Remember that Shari just did what she did, and Chad and them just did what they did, so they didn't upset the apple cart in the house. They walked on eggshells. Your children walk on eggshells around you. Your husband walks on eggshells around you, Bonnie. Nobody wants to disappoint you because there would be hell to pay. Hell to pay. So you don't get to sit there and ask your kids, oh, do you guys want to do that? They're not going to say no. You're the devil. How do you not understand that?
And they said, well, why would you do it without us? And
well, here's why, kids. Because your cousin Shari just released this book, and maybe even they could admit that they don't think that there was anything wrong with it. But we realize now that Shari said these things and it was so horrific and she hated it, and so many other kids have come out and said it. And so I just want you to know that we think it's, we didn't consider those things before, and now we are considering them. That's what you could say, you dumbass.
It made them feel insignificant. It made them feel not a part of what we were doing. And
it's because they're not a part of what you're doing. But all you have to do as a parent and say, look, we're protecting you. That's why my daughter and my children are not allowed on social media until they're at least 16. Okay, they're not going to have TikTok. They're not going to have anything. They're not going to be on Instagram. Never going to happen. And my daughter is getting to that age where friends have that stuff. And she's like, well, and I'm like, hey, look, just tell your friends it's because I love you. Because your parents love you that we don't want you on these platforms. We don't want you watching this shit. We love you. And I know it's going to sound condescending to your friends, but their parents are bad if they let you unfettered access to the internet. We love you. So what you can tell your children is we love you. We can make money without you. Here's the reason why we want to do this, because your privacy matters. Protecting you matters. Remember that time you got bullied at school? Well, that's because of the blog. Remember your aunt who's now serving at least 4 years in prison for torturing your cousins? Well, that's part of the reason. I mean, you didn't even try, Bonnie. That's the problem. You didn't even try.
You can make the argument they don't have informed consent. Well, what is consent for a child?
Are you serious right now?
A child can't even go in for a well check without parental consent.
Are you equating getting your kid checked by a doctor to exploiting them on the internet in front of millions of predators? Is that really is that what you're going to say here? Is that your big argument, Bonnie? All this time I've been looking for an argument, and man, you just hit the jackpot. My whole thing, I'm going to turn my channel off. Bonnie has the argument. Are you out of your fucking mind? So I have to consent for my child to go get anything at the doctor and get surgeries done and things that are going to help them in their life. And so I'm going to also make consent for them to also be exposed on the internet in front of millions of predators. So, you know, it's the same thing, basically. It's the same thing.
You can't be enrolled in school without the parental consent. And so...
You're an idiot. And you should be ashamed of yourself at how stupid you sound. How do you not watch this back and are like, holy shit, I'm dumb? How do you not... Oh my gosh, I would love to be on the drugs that she's on. Call her a drug dealer.
Their consent is me. I am their consent. And the informed part comes and weighs on my shoulders. And if you're looking at family vlogging from my children's perspective, it's apples and oranges compared to the 8 passengers.
No, it is not apples and oranges. No, it is. It's literally apples and apples. You are the same person. You do the same thing. I bet you we can go through all of your videos and the same titles would emerge, the same vacations, the same church things, the same get readies with me, the same let's eat dinner. You probably have multiple videos where you do. How do you mean it's apples and oranges? What do you mean? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard any family vlogger say this to this day. It's apples and oranges? Oh my God, Bonnie. Oh, where's my swear pillow? I'm getting it. You fucking idiot! Sorry. She's an idiot. Oh my gosh!
I think that what Shari is doing is right for her. But we are living 2 night and day different lives. And
yeah, she's now without parents. And you're still exploiting your kids. What? The fact that she called it apples and oranges, somebody egg this lady's trailer. Like eggs. Just egg it. Unbelievable. Thank you. Appreciate that. Holy shit.
even after I finished reading Shari's book in the car, I just bawled for so many layered reasons. And
one of them was that I was relieved that she didn't call me out in the book.
I asked the kids, I said, you know, I just want to address this again with you. If there is ever a point that you don't want to do this, we're done.
You're lying. You're damn well lying.
If there is ever a point that you don't want to talk about something, we are done.
You're lying.
And it's a consent.
You should be, after reading that book, and you're not done now, that means you didn't understand it, and you absolutely can't empathize. So no, you didn't read that book with tears in your eyes, because if you actually read that book and let it hit you where it should have hit you, the first thing you would have done in the video would have been like, she's right. I've been wrong for 10 years. I'm not doing this anymore. I read this amazing book that articulates the reasons it's wrong from my actual own damn family. And instead, you're just going to be like, well, it's apples and oranges. Oh my God!
We decide together whether we continue to do what we love doing or not. And that is a hard thing. It's a hard thing because my family truly wants one thing. And then
no, Bonnie. No! You truly want one thing. You did this for you. Your whole channel is literally called Bonnie Hoellein. Not the Hoellein fam or Hoellein clan or the Ho-Hos. It's Bonnie Hoellein. Everything is about you. You savage asshole.
Shari and her feelings. And I don't want to hurt either.
Shut up.
I do believe that we can share a mutual respect for each other and have differences of opinions.
Melissa, I did a number check on what she makes just on YouTube, and it's like between $30,000 and $50,000 a month. In my opinion, that's like what I'm looking at her numbers. That's what it looks like to me. If she has a high CPM rate, between 30 and 50,000. Okay, that's how much she makes just on YouTube, and that has nothing to do with the ad reads that she does, anything like that. She makes more money than most people make in a year in 1 month. Okay, and and it's because she exploits children. Yes, she's fake crying. Fake crying asshole.
Shari and I both have made it clear Ruby was who she was long.
Don't say Shari and I anything. Shari doesn't even talk to you. You don't even go here, Bonnie. And that was made evident through Chad's post. How is she going to sit here and say Shari and I? That's why Shari's pissed. Shari, please, for the love of Pete, call out your family members who exploit children too. Please. Please shut them the hell up. You don't get to sit here and say Shari and I. You didn't talk to Shari. Ooh, man. That gets my goat.
Before vlogging came, vlogging did not make Ruby a child abuser. Family vlogging did not make Ruby a criminal. Ruby did that.
Okay.
Ruby
Okay.
did that.
Ruby and Jody did that.
There are corrupt
And Kevin.
doctors. That doesn't mean all doctors have to go away.
There is no way that you're comparing a corrupt doctor to what you do. She's trying to, like, again, say that my channel is so different than 8 Passengers. You literally probably tried to copy everything she did because she had more success than you by far. So don't do that. Don't do that. Your channels are literally identical in almost every single way. In almost every single way. You butt crack.
There are corrupt cops and lawyers and CPS workers and CPAs and restaurant owners. That doesn't mean those careers need to be gone.
You're stupid and nobody likes you. Your children shouldn't have a career. They should be children. They shouldn't be your employees. They don't need a career. Your responsibility as a parent is to protect your children, to make sure that they are fed, clothed, loved, and just adored. Okay? They're taken care of in every single way. You're raising great children who are going to be awesome contributors to society. They're going to do big things. They're going to do lots of they're going to be great people. Okay? That's your job as a parent. They didn't get to choose this career. You chose this for them. They grew up on the internet because you chose that for them. You absolute mongrel.
Do I think there should be laws put in place to protect children and their wages and overworking them? Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, thanks, Bonnie.
Absolutely. In family vlogging only? No, but across the board, children have worked for family businesses for as long as time. And
yes, but the family business doesn't include being watched by hundreds of thousands of predators and have parasocial relationships with strangers on the internet. Now, does it? Working for the family business, like if you have like a farm or a restaurant or something, doesn't include you shaving your legs on the internet so everybody can see it. Okay? That your first dates are showed, that your blanket training, or that all your embarrassing moments are showed. Working at the family business is nothing like, you want to say apples and oranges? This is apples and spaceships.
sure, if there is a lack of protection around kids in that area, great, go for that. Do I think the answer to what happened to the 8 passengers is taking away family vlogging from everybody? I don't think so.
I disagree. Yeah, take it all away. Absolutely.
Does that change my love and affection for Kevin and his children?
Stop throwing Kevin like thinking he's some kind of dude, like good guy. Kevin's a butt shit. Nobody likes Kevin either. He's bad. Okay, he had a responsibility as a father and completely failed. No, Kevin's not a good guy.
No. The word generational trauma keeps getting thrown around, and you know, what made Ruby the way she is? Or was this passed down? Where did she learn this behavior from? I had to chuckle in her book when she said that our life revolved around scripture study. And it only makes me laugh because we were not this overly religious family.
Yes, your literal parents are on a mission for the Mormon church right now. What? You're not overly religious. Are you shitting me? Yes, you are.
We had a...
Why is she lying? Like, we don't know. Why does she lie to us like we don't know that? Oh my gosh. Bonnie, you're such a liar. I can't wait. If there is a freaking outer darkness for Mormons, that's what you're going to be. Floating around with your smooth taint. I can't wait for that moment. You deserve hell for what you do, for thinking the way that you do, and having zero remorse for exploiting your children. Even though one of your own damn family members that went through the same thing that you're putting your kids through told everybody, including you, that it's wrong. Holy shit!
I would say we were extremely well balanced, but Ruby was not well balanced. Ruby put a lot on her shoulders, all on her own. It was not preached to us to have as many babies as you could, as young as you could.
Liar.
Ruby had that idea in her mind, because that's not...
It is preached to you by the... Why are you lying? Why are you lying that the LDS doesn't preach have lots of kids? So it's just by chance most Mormons have lots of kids? Just you have lots of kids? What are you saying right now? Why are you lying about this? Like, what a stupid thing to lie about.
Not how I felt. As a family, we didn't start reading the scriptures really, as from what I can remember. Maybe we did when I was young, but it wasn't this like hard, fast thing. I remember once I hit junior high and high school, we made an effort during the school year to wake up before school started, and we would read a couple chapters, and then...
You don't think that's religious? Middle school, waking up before school starts to read scriptures together as a family? We weren't that religious. Oh my gosh! Are you shitting me?
We went on our way. Ruby stayed up at night. She studied the scriptures. She took all the AP classes. She really put all this on herself, because I wasn't like that. My sisters weren't like that. My brother wasn't like that. My parents weren't like that. So did our lives revolve?
You just said that you woke up before school to read scriptures together. Like, how much more devout can you get? Did you go to church on Sundays? Probably. What are you saying? Were you sealed in the temple, Ruby? Or Bonnie, were you sealed in the temple? With your tiny husband? Were you? Get out of here!
Around scripture study? No. Ruby's? Possibly. Growing up, something that was never violated was our privacy. We never once were threatened with the doors being taken off. We weren't threatened by having our beds taken away. I don't know where these ideas came.
Well, if you read the book, and you did, those ideas came from Jody. You dumbass.
In for Ruby. I always felt extremely respected by...
Bonnie's dad was a bishop, and they weren't very religious? Oh my gosh. Bonnie! You frigging idiot! I think, exactly. I think someone just said it. She's trying to convince herself this stuff. And it's just making it worse. This is the worst video Bonnie has ever done, ever. And I've seen her do her eyelashes.
By my parents. If I had a concern, I brought it to my parents, and we were very much normal. I remember having screaming matches with my parents. I'd scream at them, they'd scream at me, and in the end, they tried hearing...
They beat me with a belt!
...what I had to say. I tried hearing what they had to say.
No, you didn't.
It just felt very normal. I don't ever remember being told, you don't get respect until you get older. I think a lot of these things are isolated with Ruby. There was no abuse. I always felt loved. I always knew...
Good point. Her oldest is 15, doesn't have YouTube. Clearly, if she loved it, she'd have won by now. She clearly doesn't like it and is waiting until 18 to bounce. Again, once her daughter is old enough to get out of this household and like live on her own, man, Bonnie's not going to have a good time. not going to have a good time. And again, we're going to be able to look back on this and be like, I told you. And we all know it. It's like, it's not even I told you so moments. Like, we know right now that Bonnie is an asshole, and probably an asshole to her kids, and probably is pretty abusive and pretty selfish and all these things. Okay. Cause we can see her channel. And so she's just lying, and it makes me so mad because, again, I'm so sick of these assholes insulting all of our intelligence. Like, we cannot see their 10 years of videos that they post on the internet. Like, it's just stop insulting us.
My parents loved me more than they disciplined me. So when the word generations of abuse gets thrown around, I do not know what that references. And I honestly think that by their fruits ye shall know them. When I look at my kids.
We're not so religious, but here's a scripture for you that I learned in my religious upbringing. Oh my gosh.
They are happy. They are healthy. They are thriving. And when I look at my parents' kids, with the exception of Ruby, we are happy. We are healthy. We are thriving. This is the worst period in our...
Do happy and healthy and thriving people escape their state when a book is written, take their kids out of school for months at a time so they can go to Florida? Is that happy and healthy, taking your kids away from their friends? That seems real happy and healthy. Living in a damn RV with this woman who just is a tyrant walking on eggshells. And then imagine being around Bonnie, who you know rules the roost, wears the pants. And like during that argument, how much Joel had to like be like, I'm so sorry, let me rub your feet. This woman is a tyrant to her family. So imagine you have this big giant mansion which you have your own space at least, okay? You got your friends at school, you've got escapes. Then she takes that away from her children, goes and lives in an RV in the Florida Keys, and now you have to live literally within smelling your ass breath distance from your mother at all times. Does anybody believe what this woman is saying? Anybody? If you do, you're dumb.
Our lives, and I don't think any of us have come out unscathed and unchanged. My brain has been completely
Your brain is dumb.
altered. I don't think anyone involved, and by involved, it can be being a sibling, being an aunt, down to being just a viewer on the internet of this story, and not be unchanged and not question how you do things. There isn't an aspect of my life that I have not really looked into and done.
No, you haven't, because if you actually really looked into it, based on what Shari was saying in her book, you would have made changes. You didn't look at anything. You didn't change anything. You're doing the same bullshit, except worse now that you're taking your children out of school, that they, again, have their lives and their friends. Look, I know every kid's like, oh, I like a vacation. There's nothing wrong going away for 2 weeks at a time, whatever. There's a summer vacation, all that kind of stuff. That's great. But they have friends. They have social lives. Okay? And you just took them away from all that so you can escape it. And then you made a video on the internet.
And self-reflection and all of these things. I wish I had a resolve. I wish I could sit here and say, things are so much better now. We're so much happier now. And that's just not the case. I definitely have hope for the future.
Do you? You have hope for the future? You just boner. Her name should be Boner Hoellein.
I don't know if it's weird to say that my heart is super full.
Yeah, that'd be weird to say. Maybe don't say that. Don't say that. Don't be stupid. Yeah, don't be stupid. Everybody, yeah.
Because there's so much tragedy and there's a lot of loss. But I do want to say thank you to Shari for showing hope for the future. When I see Shari being...
The hope for her future was escaping family vlogging and her mother. That hope for the future, your kids don't get that hope for the future until something crazy happens. So shut up. Shut up.
Happy, seeing that she's engaged, I think that it gives me permission to be happy and to move forward and to know that there's a lifetime ahead of us. And
you are just I don't even have words for how stupid you are. It escapes me. It's just amazing. I'm usually not without words, but I can't even express how stupid you are. Holy shit, man.
Again, I just want the Frankies to know how much I truly love them and think about them. And I hope.
But I'm not going to tell you because none of you are speaking to me for reasons. Interesting. Like the way that she portrays herself, the way that she thinks she is, it would be very, very telling because she would probably have a relationship with that family, those family members. but it should tell everybody the reason that they don't have a relationship with her. None of them do, for obvious reasons. Why could that be, Bonnie? You're making it sound like you're the friggin' cat's pajamas over here. That you're nothing, no blame, no, you shoulder nothing, even against your own kids. No, you're just great, apples and oranges. Then why does nobody speak to you? That's quite odd, eh? That's weird. Interesting, that. Freaking weirdo.
Nothing but the best for all of you.
And then she just cuts it like she always does. Well, holy shit. Shit on a cracker. Right, June? She knows. Holy! This is insanity to me. Like, there's a comment on the video asking if she'd let her listen to bed, make her own decision, and Bonnie replied saying, "Totally. Yeah, I don't believe that." There's a couple of comments I saved just because I thought she'd delete them. One of them was, Bonnie, what is your response to online predators looking at your children among other online kids? How is that safe or ethical? And Bonnie says, there are child predators in your neighbors. There are child predators everywhere. Every mom posting your child to Facebook is no different than me. Bonnie, you absolute wiener. What do you mean? So you let your kids go to the park because there might be predators there? And that's or you have a mom has a picture of her child on Facebook. It's no different than you, Bonnie. Are you serious right now? Can you really, like, come on. You're putting your kids in front of literally hundreds of thousands, millions of eyeballs. Parasocial relationships with strangers on the internet, including hundreds of thousands, if not millions of predators. That's a little bit different than posting your kid opening a Christmas present on Facebook to the private group that they're part of. Are you serious? Man, I don't like this woman at all. Dang, man. Does she have any more comments on this stupid video? Let me see. Let me open it up here. I'm like, I am flabbergasted at her stupidity. How can you be so obtuse?
So you think...
Hold on. What's her downvote? She's got 1.8 thousand downvotes for 4.6 thousand upvotes. That's a pretty big ratio, actually, for her. So let's go take a look here. So here's the comment. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably. Here we go. I'll read them out to you if you can. I can make this bigger, I think. What are her tags that she put in this video? Do I have them over here? Here are the tags. Just so you guys are aware, if you're wondering why she did this, here are the tags. Bonnie, Hoellein, Joel. These are the ones she always has in her things. Then she has my thoughts on Shari's new book, House of My Mother, House of My Mother, Shari Frankie, House of My Mother, my thoughts on... She's like fully monetizing, fully going on with that tags and everything. Where are the comments? Here we go. Someone wrote this 5 hours ago. Okay? Says, I do believe that you can continue YouTube without including your kids. I'm sure teenagers want thousands of people always watching. Don't want thousands. You never know. Some kids love it. Again, it doesn't matter if the kids love it, everybody. Can we be real for a second? Thanks, Ulissa. Can we be real for a second? These kids can't give informed consent. They cannot consent to what is being shared about them. They cannot consent. There's just no way. I don't care if the kid says they love it. I don't care. It is your job to protect your kids and keep them safe. And one of the ways you do that is not putting them on the internet for strangers to consume. I don't care if the kids love it. Kids love eating candy every night for breakfast or for dinner. You don't let them do that. You don't stay up as late as they want. You don't let them go wherever they want. That's so stupid. That argument is so dumb. Where are the comments? Kevin is a father and therefore is as responsible as any other mother. To say he's far less responsible is misleading. Well, I agree with that. Where's the ones that she replied to? Like, where are the ones that... There's ones that... Here he goes. I'm confused. Why are you saying your family was not overly religious when your dad was an LDS bishop? It just doesn't make sense why you would say such a thing. Yeah! Look at that comment. I say it for a very good reason. In the end, Ruby used our religion as a weapon. She twisted the words and meanings and abused her children with it, but claimed to be just extremely righteous. I also said we were our religious family, but in a healthy, well-rounded way. No, she didn't. There has to be balance. No, you stupid donut. You dong. What an idiot. Okay, where else did she comment back? There's a bunch where she's like, she She did get into it. She probably deleted it already. Here we go. Would you let your oldest daughter read the book and then make her decision? Totally. That's good. And no, she won't. Hi, Bonnie. I found your channel years ago from your sister Ellie. I grew up watching multiple family vloggers and was my most watched content on YouTube. I come from a difficult family and watching the videos sort of escape. I know I want to show less of the kids. Why though? You just said it was apples and oranges. I already have moved in that direction. No, you haven't. There are also kids that have come from family channels who continue to share their lives, who are wonderful, thriving people. Mostly they don't though. Can we be real? Good comment, Montrose. Good comment. Sorry, I'm not reading your comments as I'm reading them. There's a lot to read, so if I miss something, just bring it back. There's always people that are doing such a good job. No, you're not doing such a good job. You're an asshole, Rube, Bonnie, and everybody hates you. Just so you're aware, even including your children and your husband. Y'all aren't a religious family. Babe. That wasn't the quote. The quote was life revolved around. No, it was the quote. Bonnie, no, that was the quote. You just wiener. I like so many things to call her out for, and she's getting called out for that the most, and I think that's kind of hilarious. But she's really upset about that the most. We weren't religious. Get out of here. Oh, another one she did there. I applaud you for giving your kids a say, paying them an investment in the futures, blah, blah, blah. Not being right for everybody is key. Of course, it won't work for everyone. No, it doesn't work for kids at all. It doesn't work for kids at all. Boner. You're just a boner. And you're like not even a good boner. I have often wondered if Ruby felt more pressure to perform or have the perfect image. Sometimes the firstborn are so driven and competitive, your parents seem so kind and loving. I'm sure she did. That was a pressure. Shut up. Fuck. Where are the ones where she comments as like a big thread of her talking? It was crazy. Did she delete it? Oh, look at this. People are trying to get the book to your kids. Do you think the family vlogging is hurting your kids? If my kids want to read the book, they can. No, they can't. No, they can't. Well, maybe she'll let him because she doesn't throw Bonnie under the bus. Maybe she'll let him. Here it is. Is it true that you did blanket training with your infants? Because that's pretty abusive thing to do. So I hope not. Your words sound nice in this video, so I hope that is false. Are you just regurgitating something you saw online that someone said? The video's still up. Go watch it. I never implied any type of abuse, nor was there any abuse going on. Just people... Literally, blanket training is abuse, you butt crack. It's abuse in itself. What are you saying? Man, she's dumb. Bonnie, I know you're watching this too. F off, you dumbass. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. Go take a look in the mirror. You are absolutely the twin of your sister, and your kids are going to hate your damn guts, and you're going to deserve it. I hope you're watching this. You just, ugh. Ugh. You're disgusting. Boner Hoellein. Probably was called Boner Hoellein in high school. No Boner Hoellein, more like it. I'm saying. Look, I'm looking for that one comment section and it seems to be gone. She's deleted a bunch, that's for sure. Where is it? It's gone, the whole section. Do you visit Ruby in jail? Of course not. That would be no. Who would visit Ruby in jail? Except for Kevin, probably. And I don't know where that comment section went, but she deleted it because she was getting roasted in it. Just getting roasted. Again, someone reiterated that where she says she's like that Ruby was never a good mother. But yeah, again, you let her watch your children. You did collaborations with her. You talked up their channel. You were very proud to be her sister throughout until this all happened. So I don't believe you. She's definitely having a crisis. She doesn't distinguish her imaginary world from reality. There's no way her marriage can survive this. Guys, Joel is a beta. He's not, he lets her run the show. He's happy to do it. Their marriage is going to last forever because she'll tell him when it's over. Not him. Unbelievable. I'm literally fuming at that video that she just did that. EWU dropped a video on Ruby. I tagged you. I don't know who that is. EWU. I've never covered Ellie and Jared. I mean, I could. I just never got to it, but I absolutely could. I think they're the ones who actually did say that they were taking their kids off for real, though, right? They see the danger of it, and they said, yeah, we're going to do it, which still they made their whole wealth doing it. But they actually, see, Bonnie can't justify anything because Bonnie sits here and says, oh, you know, we're going to keep doing it. But apparently everybody else in the family has stopped except for her. Because you can't tell Bonnie anything. Don't you dare tell Bonnie what she can and can't do. That's what she's upset that people are trying to tell her what to do. Not that it's wrong, that you're trying to tell her what to do. That's it. It's, yeah, this is another, like, this is an aha moment I just had. Kevin and Joel are both beta douches. Both of them are beta. So that just proves even more that Bonnie and Ruby are the same damn person. Because they looked for beta losers. Ellie still posts her kids online. I don't think Julie does anymore. Yeah, it was Julie. Sorry, I was wrong with that. But yeah, no, I mean, what is Ellie's... Has Ellie ever made a statement of why she continues to do it? Oh, explore with us. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at it. It's so frustrating that you just get here and like, she honestly, I think Bonnie said, okay, this video is going to make it all good. I'll put this out here. Everybody's going to be like, yeah, good for you. Are you? She's so delusional. Oh, absolutely. I'll cover that show when it comes out for sure. Joel wears the pants of the family once Bonnie picks them out for him. The little ones. 28 waist, 15 length in the jean. Bonnie knows her channel wouldn't survive without her kids. Exactly. And yet she still calls it Bonnie Hoellein. The ho-hos. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that for sure. I hope that Bonnie's kids are starting, like, especially her daughters, be like, oh, I can write a book and make a ton of money. I'm doing that. Because I'll read it. No, I think Joel might build houses or do some type of thing, but they've never had real jobs, no. All the Griffiths are wild. I mean, again, every single member of this family had an exploitation of children content channel. Every single one of them. And they made millions. Millions of dollars. What video is today's video? Oh, that's my champion / Twister sweater. I don't know where I got that, actually. Maybe I got it at Winners or something, I think. As soon as more kids come out... No, there's been literally dozens of children that come out against this. Now changes are being... They don't care. They make millions of dollars, man. Money is in this thing. Thanks, Vanessa. Keep being the voice of reason against this, and thankful there's someone taking the stand against these dumpster fires called family values. I appreciate you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Mormon Shaytards started all this. They did. They were the biggest one, the OGs. The Griffiths' grandmother made the grandkids come do chores for her. Ew, really? That's not nice. That's not nice. Insane. I've got a Nikki D coming out soon, I think. I'm just doing my research on her. The research that I do. Yeah, I don't like Nikki D. I don't like her at all. I'm kind of upset that Shari didn't call out her family. Shit, like, I know why, because Shari's like, you know, she's mature. She doesn't want to stir the pot. I get it. I understand. But man, she has some power here. She could have been like, damn, she could have spilled some tea and she didn't. Man, it would have been good. And Bonnie's so happy she didn't. Bonnie, you should be kissing Shari's ass. You should be sending her all the money because she did you a favor. Indescribable stupidity. Hey, Bumpy. What are you doing? What's you doing? You a good girl? Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? Are you a good boy, Gus? Next thing you know, Bonnie's going to make her kids write books to make sure she sounds good. She's going to write it for her. Just put her name on it. That's what she's going to do. That's hilarious. Yeah, the fight between Joel and Bonnie was about the book. I remember that. And she was upset. And he was like, stop talking about it. It's got to be over. Hi, Bumpy. June is a Staffordshire pit bull. She's a little one, though. She's just a tiny one. Hi. No, that's my dinner. Come here, Goosey. Come on. Come on, Goose. He's so dark. Are you so dark? Here, let me bring up the light. Here, Gus, look. Hello, is that better? There he is. He got a shooting star in his chest. With my puppy. My good boy. My good boy. Good boy. Okay, go in your bed. Go in your bed. Good boy. Oops. Bring that up here. So what do you guys think of my new backdrop? Yeah, Bonnie's voice is pretty annoying. I don't think Shari's going to do that. I don't think Shari's going to expose it, but she should. She should be like, look, I'm publicly chastising or like coming out and saying that I honestly think that Bonnie's doing the same thing that my mother did, and I'd like her to stop. Like, the power that would have. The power that would have. Oh, the White Club building. That's a good idea. I should put one in there. This is pre-Doherty Dozen this was made. Yep. TikTok's gone January 19th. I think, didn't the Supreme Court hear it today if they were going to keep it or not? I don't know. So the baby right there, that's Creepy Makeup Baby. It sometimes makes an appearance in the videos. That is a pineapple. Yes, it is. Oh, the cup's upstairs, dude. It's up there. Thanks, Jenna. No, it's not that kind of pineapple. It's a vicious thing, remember? Aloha pineapple. I knew I need to put Alicia's thumb in there as a whole building itself. That would like the tallest building in the city. That's a good idea. TikTok is gone. Like, I'm pretty sure the Doherty Dozen makes most of her money from TikTok. Like, we're talking $4,000 per video. Like, it's gone. Like, I feel sorry for some Americans who are going to lose some stuff, but, you know, just port yourself over to the other channels and hopefully it can continue. But TikTok made it so easy to gain followers. But also, the reason I hate TikTok so much... Thank you very much. Yeah, I think there might be another shoe about to drop. The reason that I hate TikTok so much is because TikTok doesn't allow creators like me or anybody at all to call out other creators. They just don't allow it. The algorithm doesn't like it. You can get mass reported and they'll just remove it no matter what. You've got people like Mom Uncharted out there who's got a pretty big voice in this. She's a really nice lady. She doesn't call out anybody by name. And part of the reason she doesn't is because she's mature, but also because she doesn't want to get banned from TikTok. Okay? Dr. Leslie Dobson, she messaged me the other day. She got banned from TikTok, and she's a forensic psychologist. TikTok does not allow the dissemination of people who are dickholes. Okay? And that's the reason I hate it. If they allowed for free speech, then I'd be totally for it, but they don't. So hopefully the next one that comes up, whoever owns it allows for free speech, because even Mark Zuckerberg realizes that free speech is the answer. He's now putting in a community note type of thing like X, like Elon Musk did. He's now taking away the fact checkers. He's now allowing free speech on Facebook. I just want to say thank you for making these videos and having these lives. Keep the amazing work. I appreciate that very much, Caroline. You had 10 million views on a video and they banned you? Whew. Bonnie is the only one monetizing on the Frankie case out of all her siblings. That's a really good point. Really good point. So they heard it today, but they won't make their ruling until, what, tomorrow? Monday? Cover the royalty family, please, please, please. Okay, I've been talking to Ferran, not Ferran, blanking on the name. Ferran's dad. And we had an idea, and we still might do it, but it requires me to go out to California. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get like flagged before we do it. But that is still something he is fighting for, and we have some ideas. Not banned yet. The court seems to be leaning that way, but Monday they come back. Okay. Zuckerberg is performative with his no fact checkers BS, but I mean, he's taking them away, and the fact checkers are upset, and the fact checkers are like, are fact checkers to blame? Fact checkers say no, because they check the facts. But again, I would be happy with TikTok. It's not banned in Canada, but I'd be happy with TikTok if they just allowed for people to like call out other people, because that's a big ecosystem on the internet itself. People out there acting the fool. They should be able to be called out. Am I right? All right, we could take a bet. Melissa Frayne says she doesn't think it's going anywhere. No, I'm at the point of the book where she talks about this guy named Derek. I don't know what Derek does yet, and nobody tell me, because apparently he gets pretty crazy. All I heard is that she just connected with this guy, and he wants to like help her or get her to help him with social media. That's all I know so far. I like to read it when I do my drives, and I haven't had a drive yet. I can't just listen to it while I'm working, because I can't listen. I have to be able to like be focusing on something, like driving or literally sitting there with my notes, or I won't absorb it. So. Everybody go buy Shari's book right now if you haven't got it. Please do. Anyway, I could not wait for Monday to do this video, so I'm glad you guys came here. She will never go to therapy. We'll expose her. Yeah, she's nowhere. You can't tell Bonnie, and you can't tell Bonnie what to do. Not going to happen. Bonnie is just like a stuck-up mean girl who doesn't want anybody to tell her what to do. She does not like being told what to do. 100% from anybody, including any of her family members, including her kids or her husband. Okay? Bonnie does not want the internet. Nobody telling her what to do. She doesn't. I'll look into it for sure. Bonnie is a dickhole. I agree. So, I will obviously keep this live up. If you want this video, Cassandra J House Vlogs are doing the same shit Bonnie does. Also Mormons. Okay, I'll take a look at it. But like, I'm just kind of over this. These people and their stupid arguments. I've never heard one argument yet that even comes close to justifying what these people do to their children. Okay, and it's odd that most of these children don't want to talk to their parents. Like most of them, after they're done all this. That's not a coincidence, everybody. Bonnie doesn't give a shit, and she won't either. Once her daughter leaves the house and doesn't want to talk to her, she doesn't give a shit. Bonnie doesn't care about anybody but Bonnie, obviously. She's got, again, so many body surgeries, it's crazy. BBLs, boobs, chin, nose, eyes, ears, probably armpits, everything. That woman has spent so much money on plastic surgery and fillers, it's bananas. And all that money came from exploiting her kids. So, F off, Bonnie. I hope she watches this video. I hope that I hurt your feelings. I hope that you cry. Okay? I hope that your sock falls off in your shoe. Okay? Hope that your sleeves get wet when you do the dishes. I hope you have a bad day. I hope they get your order wrong at Starbucks for like every time you go there. Okay, I hope people bump into you and don't apologize. Hope someone hits your car with a shopping cart by accident. You are a dick and nobody likes you. Wake up, read the room, listen to your own damn family, and change. It's literally the only thing you have left. You just butt crack of a human. Gas station toilets lids were a person. They would be Bonnie. So anyway, thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate you. This is going to stay up in my live tab. Go watch it. Spread it around. I appreciate you. And I will see you when I see you.